Oh, you're a dead man, Burns. Oh, you're dead! You're dead, Burns!
Member and following us over on Twitter. Hi there guys, it's Adam Martin here, and today we're going to be talking about logos. Now, if there's one thing some of you know me for here on this channel, it's for my particular interest and love of idents. Television idents specifically, those little show. We have a lot of love for idents here, but something I've seldom talked about, and I want to try and rectify a little bit today, is about logos. Now, some might say, Adam, you know, ident, logo, what's the difference? Well, an ident in the televisual sense is, you know, an actual sequence showcasing, obviously, the channel that you're watching, their logo in some shape or form, and a little corresponding sequence to, as I said, try and show off their personality, try and get something across. It's a visual thing. The logo, to differentiate, is just the logo. The logo used by that broadcaster or that corporation, that company, whatever it is. So today, I wanted to take a look through every logo used by the BBC. So again, this is each of their corporate logos. This isn't going through idents. If you want that, you can check out the ident review. But this is just going through logos, corporate logos used by the BBC. Specifically, we're going to go through the ages and see what I think of them. I was heavily inspired to do this by Graham Stark, who's done a fantastic video going through the Olympic emblems, the Paralympic emblems. Really fascinating videos, which I highly recommend that you go and check out. And I just love Graham's like warm style towards it. It's very laid-back approach, and I want to try and give my own laid-back approach here, so that's what we're going to get into. But before we do, remember to leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, check out our content, particularly our documentaries. We're having a lot of fun making those. More on the way. So the BBC was formed initially in 1922, and for those first few decades, in the 20s, 30s, 40s, and so on, the late 80s, but that very, like, thinly veiled, very classy sort of font. The first corporate logo didn't actually emerge until the late 1950s, but there was one distinguishing feature about the Beeb that you could draw upon, and that was their coat of arms. Yes, would you believe it? This is the BBC's coat of arms that they can proudly display should they wish to. And I mean, having a look at it here, there's a lot to talk about. We've got a lion, we've got eagles, we've got the world, a motto. Let's break this down a little bit, shall we? So this is just going off Wikipedia, by the way, so you know what it's like. Pinch yourself. The lion is the national animal of the UK and indicates the BBC's British get explained, but the Thunderbolt has wings. Okay. The eagles. So in heraldic language, the two eagles which grasp the shield are supporters.
Hey everyone!
Eagles were chosen to depict the inherent speed of broadcasting. How clever. Both eagles have bugles suspended from their collars,
so Nina
representing
and Mom
proclamation.
Are to do
for
some
example,
research.
the public service element
We'll take photos of the animals
broadcasting.
and make notes about what
it's
we
so
see.
funny, isn't it, how all these design cues go into something like this? Because if you just look at that coat of arms on its own, I wouldn't have been able to tell you anything of that. I would have maybe been able to do an educated guess, but I wouldn't have known any of that off the top of my head. The motto itself, you can see it there. It has the motto, nation shall speak peace unto nation, which I actually think is a good motto for the Beeb, you know, even though it reports on things around the world, including things like wars and fights breaking out and stuff like that. They always try and attain that impartial ground, that neutral ground. I guess ultimately trying to help spread a message of peace. So I think that's a good motto as any. You've got the shield there. Now the globe in the centre, some would say that strangely looks like either the mirrored globe that was seen in the 70s or a little bit like a filled out version of the computer originated world, but this obviously came first. It says it represents the scope and breadth of the BBC's operations because
Let's add labels that name the different parts of a salmon.
Estoiles?
Tap its head to label it. Dorsal fin.
It says around the globe are 7 estoiles.
Now you can drag
heraldic symbols for divine goodness and nobility. They're placed in the shield, increase the representation of the scope and breadth of the corporation. They also symbolize the 7 planets in the solar system, other than the Earth. The arms were granted prior to the discovery of Pluto in 1930, which was classified as a planet from that time until 2006. I always forget that Pluto is no longer considered as a planet.